prior to his injury. I think Westbrook's aggression, powering through contact, probably gives him the edge. I mean, he plays almost angry.
A lot of torque.
A lot of torque. I mean, it's something to behold. I've not quite seen a guy at the point guard spot bring that kind of athleticism and speed and tenacity to the position.
Well, I like how you mentioned Rose, because I would agree, and that's a great way to kind of figure out where he is when Rose is healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
The pre-injured Rose was...
He was right in that same category.
You got it. Both teams deciding to change it up. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Here's Bellinelli, and blocked. And the Thunder pushing it up now. And finished off by Westbrook. Putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
Oh, man. Might as well flaunt it if you got it, Clark.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Thunder.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
I think they're also getting some good looks in transition, doing a nice job of running the floor.
Guys, a potent offense right now.
Yeah, Kevin, really the offense is flowing quite nicely right now.
Playing with a lot of confidence, just some self-assurance. I like what we're seeing.
Spurs trail by 6. And here's Mills for 3. Novak grabs the board. Oklahoma City has gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. 6-second difference between the shot and gameplay. It's Westbrook with the drive. Like some serious agility coming out of the backcourt.
You know, that bucket might count for a little more than 2 points when he finishes with that kind of flourish.
Yeah, against a D that was already reeling a little bit. That was like a body blow.
The 3. Drilled it just as the horn sounds.
And Kevin, he had the eye of the tiger.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And, guys, we've seen the Thunder really take control here.
And I thought the key to that first quarter, guys, was the turnovers they faced with that aggressive defense.
Well, the defense, as you said, Steve, has been really aggressive, and it's paid off for them a few times already.
On the court for San Antonio, we've got Boris Diaw. Corey Joseph is out there with Mills. Then there's Bellinelli, and it's Bonner in at the center position. Novak. And Roberson kicks to Lamb. Oklahoma City moving it around. Novak with the 3. It's rebounded by Boris Diaw. Spurs trail by 11.
Boris Diaw, pretty unique player in the NBA. Came into the league as a passing point forward, but became a small forward and then really a 4. But he's a crafty passer, and he can score a little bit from the outside. Very difficult player to guard.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kevin, as you know, Tony Parker is now an elder statesman in the NBA. His father feels as if he's been a mature force since he started playing at the French. Training Institute. Parker's father said, quote, "I don't think you can get get any more mature than that. Leaving home at 14, you have to become a man on your own. Guys?
Thanks, Doris.
Tremendous dedication to the game. It's great to remember just how far he's come.
Angelo Diao playing the 4. Some have criticized his conditioning, but he has the size to hold his ground. That's for sure on the low block.
Yeah, you can't move him out of there. He's a good post defender because he's strong and smart. Not as good moving in space, though. Lacks a little lateral quickness. He's a below-average rebounder, so it's good to pair him with somebody that does glass eat.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
Patty Mills last season had his best season ever. Really remade his body in the offseason, adding muscle, cutting down on his body fat. Already one of the quickest players in the league. He got even quicker.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Jones checked in for Steven Adams. Cantor comes in for Nick Collison. And it's Waiters in for Lamb. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Leonard's got the ball. Can't cash in from close range. And Mills getting quality minutes at the backup point guard position.
Yeah, and for a player who'd spent time in the D-League, playing in China and his native Australia, it seems he's really solidified his place as an NBA player, Kevin, in part because he refocused on conditioning his body and really developed as an outside shooter, too.
On the basket by Jones.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
And the wide-open shot from Green. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. The Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. That'll be the second of 5 straight played at home. And Waiters kicks to Roberson. Here's the 3. And Steve Novak gets the 3. Novak's got his first 3 points of the game.
You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the 3-ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
And here are the top free throw shooting teams this month. You don't want to put these guys in the line too often. Second, the Thunder. In fourth, the Spurs.
Now, both these clubs have really been good from the free throw line. Their focus, I mean, they've been solid. The numbers are really good.
Here is Novak. This is the most they've led by, 13 points.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
Leonard, no luck.
All he needed right there was simply to set himself up and then relax and shoot the ball. He threw himself off balance for no reason. What is insane about the Spurs and how successful they are as a franchise is that in their entire franchise history, they've only missed the playoffs 4 times. That is absolutely remarkable.
And the Thunder with the possession here. After the basket by San Antonio. To the left wing, it's Novak from outside, and he gets it to go. Novak's got 6 here in this quarter.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
Parker outside, wants to get it to Duncan, and does. Misses from close range.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number 1, this game is out of hand.
Exactly. I mean, the score is right where you'd expect it to be when the battle on the boards is that lopsided.
None of the defenders wanted anything Clark to do with him on that jam.
And I do not blame him at all, partner. He was coming in with a bunch of steam and was ready to posterize whoever decided to get in his way.
All right, I understand, fellas, but come on. You got to challenge him a little bit at least.
Singler, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Westbrook comes in for Andre Robertson. The Spurs also with the sub. Splitters checked in. You know, Steve, a lot of teams look at this Thunder franchise as a model, you know, of how to go about building a team that can compete for a title through the NBA draft.
Well, it's a good model to follow, but you need some luck, Kevin. I mean, Kevin Durant fell into their lap. If they don't get the second pick in the lottery and if Greg Oden doesn't go first to Portland, none of this happens. So, yeah, great planning, and they've had a terrific effort to put all this together. But it really comes back to getting Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook.
Spurs trail by 15. From deep, Green. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Jones has got his 4th rebound in this one. Shoots. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by Jones. 18 points for Russell Westbrook.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And that one's good. Parker. We've got 22 seconds left now here in the second. No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Joseph. And again, it's San Antonio with a three. From downtown, here's Cantor. Blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Well, they were getting run ragged out there. Good time for a timeout. Maybe it was even too late, but this club has to regroup now.
Well, I tell you what, it wasn't pretty, and they definitely needed to take a minute to talk things over.
And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
And the first half is now in the books. Thunder out in front. They lead by 11. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Coach, you haven't seen much work put in off the bench thus far. When we see that second unit after the break, what do you hope?
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
Well, his ability to disrupt passes and get a hand on the ball, force a turnover, make a steal, been really impressive.
When he defends you, he basically forces you to play perfect. Any lapse of concentration, and he'll pick your pocket.
Kyle Singler is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Deion Waiters. Then there's Perry Jones. And it's Westbrook in at the one spot. That's the route for Scott Brooks getting going here in the second half. That's a two from Parker. They get it again. Duncan, the pass to Green. Parker kicks to Splitter. Not really his range, and it's off target. The Thunder leading by 14.
Enes Kanter, originally from Turkey, some real promise offensively. Scores well on that left block, and he does a nice job on the offensive boards as well. At times he's even shown the ability to step out and space the floor. It'll be interesting to see how his game develops.
And here is Parker following Russell Westbrook's three. Left side, Leonard. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And the wide open shot from Duncan. Once again off the mark by San Antonio.
It's been a cold spell for them coming out of the half, missing their first three shots. A tough start.
And Kanter not a big leaper or shot blocker, but his strength serves him well defensively.
Yeah, he's a good post defender, Kevin, because of those attributes. He holds his ground and has the length to bother and challenge shots.
Now Westbrook following the miss by Kyle Singler from deep. The shot's good from Westbrook.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
I agree, guys, and the points add up in a hurry when you start giving up easy looks from long range.
And Antonio calls timeout.